Hi, Rob Linhart here in the Hazel's Wine Department, and we are bringing you Zuper Sales for the week of January 16th.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.
First up, we're heading off to New Zealand. This is the 2018 Villa Maria Sauvignon Blanc. Now, this is coming in a half bottle, so this is a split. Villa Maria, classic, iconic Sauvignon Blanc producer coming out of New Zealand, and you're going to get a classic New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc here up front. Super ripe, really kind of lush grapefruit, passion fruit to bring that tropical note. A lot of times these New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs will show you kind of a grassy note, get you some lemongrass. Here, more of a mineral character, so a nice dusty note, especially on the finish in this wine. Slight peppery note, so just a little hint of spice in this wine. On the attack, on the palate, fairly round, the acidity a bit restrained for New Zealand, which we think is a good thing. Really easy drinking, very approachable style. Don't let the age fool you here. This wine has held up very well, drinking great right now. For your New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc drinkers, this is an absolute no-brainer deal. Next up, we're heading to California for a repeat performer. It's back, the 2019 Thule Pinot Noir. Now, this is coming out of Sonoma, so you're going to get some of that slightly cooler climate, darker edge to the fruit here. So think blackberry, black cherry fruit up front. Still a lot of freshness in this wine, so a bit leafy, a bit brambly. The oak influence very restrained here, but it is going to show you some cedary, spicy notes. You're going to pick up just little whiffs of vanilla, coconut. There's a slight sort of soft clay, earthy tone to this wine as well. For those of you who are familiar with this wine, you know exactly what you're getting into. For those of you who haven't checked it out, this is going to be a great price point, a great entry to one of our all-time most popular Pinot Noir. Last, but absolutely not least, another repeat performer for you. This is the amazing 2011 Rasa Vineyards QED Red Blend. We're talking Southern Rhone, Southern French varietals here. So Syrah dominates the blend, Mourvedre, Grenache, and even a little Viognier, a little white in there. This is a classic style for Southern France, producing a classic wine coming out of Columbia Valley in Washington here. Those of you who experienced this wine, it's been a little over a year now. We're on the same vintage, so we were super curious to see how this wine has evolved over the last year. Well, folks, it hasn't evolved that much. Still aging in slow motion. Going to be immediately recognizable. Those beautiful, slightly leafy, dark fruits, black cherry, blackberry. On the palate, it's definitely going to drift into a higher tone, slightly tropical, redder fruited place. So we'll start to see some raspberry, some red cherry fruit, a little bit of blood orange or pomegranate just kind of hanging around in there a little bit. There is an oak influence here on this wine, very well integrated, very restrained now. So just little accent notes of vanilla, spice. There's a beautiful cocoa back to this wine, lovely chocolate tones to go with that fruit. The structure here in this wine is sheer and elegant and almost invisible now in this wine. So we get these beautiful, gorgeous, still very fresh fruits, all integrated with this almost invisible acidity and tannins propping up this wine. This is an amazing wine. It's aging into a great place, still a long life ahead of it. Those of you who've tried it before, you know you're going to be jumping on this. Those of you who haven't, this is a can't-miss opportunity to get access to one of the best winemaking operations in Washington.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.